I made over $143,000 trading options in 2021. When I first started this channel, it was just mainly stock picks and financial advice. But then I realized, why don't I try to dedicate 50% of my videos just to give you weekly updates on my live trades in case you want to follow along. I end up having, I think I have 65 live option trading videos as of right now, and hopefully another 52 in 2022. I'm going to show you a brief breakdown of my most successful strategies, what I've learned, what I wish I didn't do. Let me just get right into it. How I calculated it, starting with my ending balance in 2020, 412,000, going to my ending balance in 2021, 624,000. This is comprised of 413,000. Okay, I rounded up. I have cash gain. I have a withdrawal, no contribution. So this entire amount, there's no contributions. This is just gain. And then my fair market value in my remaining options in the ending value, I ended up making a 40% return just on my option trades. I am not counting the fair market value of my options right now. I didn't sell it. That doesn't count as a gain for me because it could still go down. So I'm not counting unrealized gains. These are only my realized gains, 40%. Now, this does seem too good to be true, and it is. I probably won't be able to do this next year. So just to give you a brief breakdown, I did 25% return in 2020, which beat SPY by like 10%. I did 40% in 2021, which beats SPY by 10% again. But in 2019, I made 15%, whereas SPY went up 30%. So I'm only able to beat the market in high volatility environments, which is not usually the case, but I'm hoping to take more risk. I'm hoping my experience will help me make more or beat the market going forward. Pretty happy with what's happened over the year. The only reason I've been able to make this much is pretty much in January, February, March, when that whole GameStop fiasco happened. The volatility went up so high, it was impossible not to make a killing, and I'll show you how. So here's a breakdown of all the strategies I've used and the income from all of them. If you don't know anything about options, I just gave a brief description of what it is or what I think it is, starting with strangles, which is predicting a trading range using a lot of buying power. I made $9,000, which is not that good considering how much time I put into it, and I call it my favorite strategy, but I've made some mistakes. Covered calls, $67,900, and I'll show you where majority of those came from. Naked calls, the riskiest thing you could do in my mind, $9,000. Credit spreads, this is put and call credit spreads, $3,698. I deviated from credit spreads for the first 10 months of the year. I slowly started to get back to them when Tesla went up too much in value. It takes too much buying power to do a naked put or a naked call on Tesla, so I just started doing credit spreads. I also played a few on Amazon, which I might show. Iron condors, 12,328. Again, I started doing this on Tesla just because it used too much buying power if I did naked, and it was too risky. Poor man's covered call, 6,528. This is probably my most successful strategy so far. It doesn't seem like it, but I made one mistake, which kind of took out $15,000 of gains. But this $44,000 in fair market value gain, that is from my poor man's covered call. That is from my Tesla Leap. $39,880 in cash secured puts or naked puts. This is probably my favorite strategy. I'll continue doing this forever. I'm trying to move away from covered calls, even though they did make me a lot, but I could explain that, and go more to cash secured puts or naked puts. Long calls, I rarely buy options, but I started buying VIX calls, and it's been working out pretty well. I thought I was doing better than this, but I guess I missed a few opportunities, but I like predicting a VIX spike. Usually works out for me. I lost $5,775 buying shares. I call this my tuition. So when I was selling these naked calls, let's say an example is Mara. I sold an 80 strike naked call. That means I owe someone 100 shares, but then I don't have the shares to cover. So when Mara hit 82, I bought the shares to cover, just predicting that it would continue to go up. And then it ended up dropping to 78. So I bought at 82, sold at 78. I bought high, I sold low. And then it went up again to, I think it went to 82 or 83 again. So I bought 100 shares to cover, and then I ended up selling. This happened to me a few times. I made a few mistakes. I'm never going to let that scenario happen again, because I thought I would just buy the shares. It would continue going up. My shares would get called away. I'd have a small loss. But I ended up really crapping the bed in that scenario. I don't know what I did here. I think this is my cash. So I started 250,000 cash. I ended with 422. So this doesn't really make sense, 68% gain in cash, because it is a little deceiving because I had shares. I probably could have made more if I didn't have so many shares or like dividend stocks at the beginning of the year that I ended up selling, but we could talk about that a little later. Hopefully I don't make this video too long. Why am I saying a little later? What should I break down? I want to show you where majority of this gain came from. Oh, I didn't show you my December income. So December, you see I lost almost $10,000, whereas every other month I was making around $13,000. But I will show you, I was tax loss harvesting. I had an unrealized loss on 1,000 shares of Workhorse, which I sold for a $14,500 loss just to reduce my tax payable for this year. And then I had a $10,000 loss on my poor man's covered call. I bought 5 leaps on Corsair predicting it would go up. It ended up dropping like 50%. So I took a loss here. So if I wasn't such a bonehead and I learned from these mistakes, I could have made 14,500 like a normal month for me in December, but that didn't work out. My gain would have been a lot higher, but it wasn't meant to be. So I am leaving those in. Is there anything of note for December? I think I filmed everything. Like I showed you guys, majority of things I was doing is Tesla iron condors, which I found pretty fun. It's just predicting a trading range. Tesla IC. Look at this. It's been working out pretty well for me on the strangles. What did I didn't fully update this. That's fine. Oh no, iron condor right here. Sorry, I was looking at strangles. 9,000 iron condors for the month. It's pretty good. I hope Tesla continues trading within a range. Then I can continue making some money on it. I really like the volatility. I like playing Tesla as long as Elon doesn't tweet something stupid. So if we go to the very first month, I will show you why. I probably won't be able to do this again next year. Take a look at this. I made 4% in January, like approximately, this is just a rough estimate. I wanted a starting point, so I put in 500,000 there, but it was probably a little less. It was pretty much the GameStop items. So I think I bought BlackBerry and AMC and made 17,000 just on those trades. If there's something I could show you, look at this. So I had a 3-day covered call and I made $3,000 on it. So this is 10% because it's like a 35 strike, which is insane. It doesn't exist. Air Canada, these are 25 days, made like 1,000 on each. What else is there? Is there anything that stands out? 1,200 on Nvidia Strangle, nothing really. Ooh, I lost $10,000 on a Tesla Strangle. That's why I turned Tesla to, oh no, I rolled it. So I put them in 2 separate columns. That's fine. What else is there? This doesn't seem as crazy as I thought. But I made a lot of trades in January and ended up being a $21,000 gain, which is pretty good. If we go down to February, the fiasco continued. So I made a decent amount on AMC, $5,000 for just 5 days to expiration. Like this won't happen again. Volatility was at like 1,000, like it was too good to be true. And then even this, when BlackBerry went down, I still made $1,000 on 5 day to expiration, which is pretty good. And then Microvision, $2,000 on this. I've been playing Microvision up and down the entire year. And then what did I make in February? Oh my God, almost $29,900. $18,000 of it is covered calls. I'm going to try to move away from covered calls. If you can see let me go down to the very end. So the very end of this, I had this $10,000. Where is it? $14,500. These are on the covered calls. I'm probably not going to own any shares again. My new rule, I learned my lesson. Don't accept assignment. Don't accept any shares. Just keep rolling forever. Even if it does use buying power, even if I won't be making any money on it. It is pretty frustrating seeing this large loss. Hope you guys can't hear the train going on in the background. I think that's it. Is that all I want to share for this video? I won't be doing a full income update. I feel like it's showboating, breaking down all the streams of income. I feel like I've proven my point with the 2019 income and then a 2020 income. I don't need to do another one. Now I'm just going to be breaking down my options income. If I could be a full-time options trader, like, I'd be the happiest person in the world. If you're wondering why I don't, quit and just focus on options trading, like, this is a good amount to live on options trading, but I will only I'm probably only going to do that if I hit 1 million portfolio value. But here's another thing why I won't be able to make this much next year. I'm going to take out $200,000 to buy a property. I even allocated it here, taking out $200K for a property. I do believe with the leverage factor, I will make more on real estate. I want to get up to, I'm not sure how many properties I want, at least 5. Maybe I'll max out at 10 if I'm able to get the financing for it. But I'm probably going to take out $200K in February or March for a property in Toronto. And then I'll be back to around the 400,000. Hopefully I can do this again. But I think half of these gains were in my tax-free savings account. And then I took out 24,000 for, I forgot what it was for. I think it was just for taxes. But yeah, I might have to do the same again this year. So half of this was sheltered, half would be taxed at the 50% inclusion rate. And then we can go from there. I think that's all I'm going to do for now. If you want to get access to this spreadsheet, I am going to link my new email somewhere. It's Bassem at CanadianFinancePro.com. It is a website I'm starting. And then I'm probably going to do a few more updates. I'll do my Q4 Wealth Simple update if you're interested. And then, you know what? I'm going to do a portfolio reveal. I'm not sure how much that would help considering I'm trading options and I don't own many shares, but I will do a portfolio reveal just for the year, and then we'll see what happens for next year. I'm hoping to make at least 15% going forward. I do aim for 1.5% a month. I know that would mean 18%, but with SPY being at all-time highs, let's take a look. Like, going up to 475 for the year. Like, look at this gain. It is pretty crazy. From here, look, December was at 451, jumping, what is this, 8%? I can't do math. All the way to 475 ending the year. I do think we'll get a pullback. Hopefully we'll get some increase in volatility and I can take advantage and make some money. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions and tune into the next one.